Hey everyone, if this is your first time, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Michelle, and we're the Wandering Shores.
So today we're bringing to you a new power station for us, and we're excited about this. Michelle, kind of share the history that we've had with power stations.
Yeah, we have quite the history. We've been on the road for about 4 years now, and we've tried multiple battery stations, and they work okay, but this one, we're really happy that we can now stick to just one power station and not have two that we rotate between.
So the two previous power stations that we've had, one of actually is from Allpowers. We had a 600 watt from Allpowers, and then we had a 1,000 watt from Kufly. This one basically puts all of the great things about those two into one box. It gives us 1,152 watt hours of power. Most importantly, and we're going to show you how we use it. Michelle uses it sometimes on travel days in the car to recharge and power her computer. Her computer will run down fairly quickly with 2 or 3, 4 hours of travel time. And this, we can just pop in the back seat with her and the cats, because that's where she's riding back again now, because Marley's been misbehaving, but that's all for a whole nother video. And if for a few seconds you can actually surge up to 3,000. So we're not using it like that. This is really ideal for a lot of the other ways that we use it, and we're going to show you some of those here in the upcoming clips. But what this is going to allow us to do is this is going to allow us to have one power station, and we're going to be able to sell the other two. The other two work perfectly fine, but they're just smaller capacity, and we're really needing something with a little more power. As you can see in some of the upcoming video, some of the devices we're trying to run are 1,500 watts, and neither of the other two would work. So that required us basically to start the generator on a much more regular basis than we needed to. The other thing that's nice about this one is that from 0% to 80% using AC charging, you can get there in like 45 minutes to an hour. The other ones, some of them take a long time. This charges at up to 1,500 watts continuously with the adapter that plugs into the AC charging port. But you can also charge it through solar. We're going to show you a few of the other ways. You can charge it on 12 volt. If you're in the car, you can actually charge this at the same time. But yeah, this is our new power station of choice. One of the things we like about this power station is you've got 4 AC outlets protected by rubber cases so that you don't get dirt in them. You've got 2 USB-C connections, 2 USB-C connections, 2 USB-A connections. It also has a 12 volt port, and up on the top you can actually wirelessly charge at 15 watts. So I've got my phone up here and it's charging wirelessly through the top here as well. So you've got a lot of options. Let me spin it around here to the side. There are expandable battery packs that you can get, and when you pop this open, it comes with a special adapter cable with the battery pack so that you can expand the capacity of this power station. And then on the other side, whoop, there goes my phone. On the other side, you've got the options. You've got the reset button, you've got the solar charging, and then you've got the AC charging right there. So you've really got multiple ways to charge this. One of the things that's nice too is you can charge this with both solar and AC at the same time. So you can really charge this thing up super fast if that's something that you need to do. So we highly recommend this Allpowers. It's the R1500, though it has 1,800 watts of capacity, and we're going to show you how we're using it right now. So when you boondock as much as we do, as you can see, we're out here really in the middle of nowhere, except for having a few of our friends with us right outside the Bonneville Salt Flats right over there, if you can see. One of the questions we often get is, what do we do to get water when we're out here if we run out? And for us, we've been doing this now for 4 years, and we've learned a lot. And so what we have opted to do is use 5-gallon buckets we bought ourselves, these are kind of expensive. I'll put them in a link in our Amazon store, but they basically are screw-on lids for these 5-gallon buckets. It makes way easier. And we decided to use a submersible sump pump, and previously we had to start the generator to get power to run the sump pump, but with this Allpowers Power Station, we can just do it right from here. I think this thing takes like maybe 200 watts of power when it's running. I'll see when we plug it in. But then we basically submerge this into the 5-gallon bucket, and we run our hose over to the gravity fill on our RV, and it makes my life much easier. All right, let's see how many watts this thing takes. This is another useful way to use this. All right, so I got the power station turned on. It's at 100%. Let me turn on the plugs. And I don't need this. See. Make sure there's no. All right, it kicked on. It's running at 198 watts right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and slowly submerge this in there so that the water bucket doesn't overflow, because I've got it pretty filled up. There we go. So with the water running through it, 258 watts. I could run this all day long at 250 watts. But yeah, so we basically are pumping our 20 gallons or so of water in. It's flowing nicely, and another great use for the Allpowers Power Station. We'll show you what else we do. Today is errand day, and as you guys can see, we are boondocked out here. We are not at a campground. We are hardly ever at a campground, and I have to run into town, which is actually Idaho Falls, and it's like, I think, an hour away from here. And so I need to pick up some groceries and some other things. And so this gave us the perfect opportunity to show you another way that we utilize freezer cooler. And I've got it here in the back of the camper. I've got it turned on and cooling for me so that I can take it into town. I'm going to go get some groceries. So one of the things we're trying here with this Allpowers Power Station is typically what we do when we cook at night with our air fryer is we start the generator, and we decided we were going to try to run it off of the power station to see how it does. I got some hot dogs in there. They're cooking for 14 minutes. It's pulling about 1400 watts and having absolutely no trouble with it. It says if I continue to cook at this current rate, it'd be 30 minutes, but this thing, once it gets up to heat, will kind of not be pulling as many watts. But yeah, it's working great. Another perfect example. This is probably something that we'll do each evening so that we don't have to start the generator as much, is we'll just use the power station to run the air fryer, and then we'll charge it every day with the sun, the power of the sun, with the solar panel that came with it. So we'll keep you updated on how this is working for us.
If you're interested in this, we'll put a link in the description below. And I will tell you, I can even carry this. It has 2 handles, one on each side, already built in, and it's 46 pounds, so very, very doable. So we will see you next week.